It's another day in my Penrose Advent Calendar countdown with no Advent Calendar, but I'm still carrying on until Christmas. You're welcome. We're in tier 4. We're not really doing a lot. Well, actually I am. I'm still doing lots of walks and discovering nice places, and I'm also working every day throughout the Christmas period. So I will be doing videos every day throughout the Christmas period. Aren't you lucky? Just call it an early Christmas present. What can I say? Right, today. Now I've obviously already got this makeup on, because I've been out and about this morning. Now I'm going to a job, so I thought I'm just going to go over what I've got, because I've been wanting to use this Stay Perfect number 7 metallic eye pencil. Now, not all of these videos are number 7, but because I'm kind of doing the number 7 Advent Calendar countdown, I'm trying to use products from that Advent Calendar through to the end of the Christmas. And this was not in the Advent Calendar, but it is a eyeliner I've had for ages and I just never get to use. Like, it's a turquoise, like peacock, beautiful shiny peacock green, and it's just not a colour that I've used on any of my presenters or celebs. To be fair, I've not actually been working very much this year, as you probably know, so maybe there would have been a chance, but fear not, I'm going to use it myself. So I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm just, well, I've got my little V pot of love, which is just my brushes I use in the house, and a few liners and bits and pieces. And I've got this number 7 eyeshadow palette that was on my Instagram the other day. So some people wanted to see how that's used, so I thought let's move them together. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. So let's just try and see what we can do with a little play with. So I'm actually going to go more than I ever would normally do with a eyeliner pencil. I'm going to take it all over my lid. That is just because I want to build up this really strong green depth of colour. Now, the reason I'm pulling on my lid, I like to say gently, but I'm probably not doing gently enough, is so I can have a really smooth line. Because, I mean, I don't think it's just an age thing. I just think anyone probably needs to pull on their lid if they want to put an eyeliner over it. Because, you know, that, although these liners, and the reason I'm using it is because they're really creamy, although they are so creamy, you know, they still are pretty, you know, it's not like using a powder, is it? You do have to run them over your eye. So I'm going to do a very crude kind of flick up to my outer brow on both sides, and I'm going to make this sort of kind of crude lid shape. So I'm just taking this colour all over my lid and I'm going to run it underneath that. This is, by the way, maybe not a look pop down the shops, but I always wear really heavy makeup anyway, so it doesn't bother me. And I'm just going to go under my eye as well. So it's kind of like a green, smoky peacock eye. And let's get a blending brush. I'm just going to look through. I'm sorry to say that I'm just going to use this blending brush that I've already used this morning. It's already dirty, but I need it. It's my Sigma Blending E25 brush. I'm just going to work over that green and just blend it in. Now, you could do this with a creamy matte brown liner pencil. You could do this with a black. I mean, the black would be very heavy. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Me taking this all over the lid like that, it does close up the eye. It is a very heavy, smoky eye. If you have hooded eyes, you might not want to go as crazy as I've done it and just keep it to your lash line. But I mean, it could work for everyone. This is also quite reflective and metallic, so maybe you want to sort of just go a little bit softly if you've got very heavily lined eyes. Again, just take it just to your lash line, just across the top here. And maybe you don't also need to take it underneath. I like taking it underneath because I like a really heavy eye, but that's just me. So let's get this blended in a little bit. Now, this camera is absolutely terrible. I feel like I look like I've got a filter on, but I haven't. I've got a ring light and my forward facing camera, and I should probably have my backward facing camera so the camera would be clearer, but I haven't got a mirror in front of me here, so I'm having to do it in the camera, which is why I don't think I look like myself, but anyway. Right, so now on top of that, just to blend it all in and just to sort of not define the edges, just to smoke out the edges a little bit, I'm going to use this green out of the number 7 Emerald City eye palette. A lovely, not as turquoise as the liner, more of a emerald green. And I'm just going to press that with the same brush onto that eyeliner. When you use an eyeliner pencil all over the lid, what it is absolutely brilliant for is gripping colour to it when you want to put a colour on top. So quite often, if I'm doing a very bright colour, if I need to use a yellow eye or like a really bright blue, I'll use a white creamy eyeliner pencil on the lid as almost like a base, because it really picks up the pigment. which I'm going to use this mirror. And already that is sticking to it so beautifully and letting me just blend those edges in and just bring them a little bit higher up into my brow bone, because I wouldn't be able to blend the pencil up maybe that high, just because the pencil's obviously a lot harder to work with and manipulate. So I haven't put too much on my brush, I'm just using what's already there and I'm just smoking that all over the lid and up into that kind of point there. What I'm not doing is taking it too far into that inner eye and really closing that up. If I was to put dark inside here and here, it would really make me look very tired and quite aging, so I'm trying to keep it as away from that inner as possible, and I'm trying not to let any colour flick up by accident, so always tap off any colour on your brush first. Now the underneath, if you were being careful, you would actually use a little liner, like an angled brush, to really get that nice green fine line. I want it to look quite smudgy, I want it to look quite undone, dishevelled, a little bit of rock and roll, like, you know, like anyone's going out at the moment. So I'm actually going to use my nice big brush because I can control it and that's how I want it to look. You might not want to do that. So yeah, so that's my eyes. Pretty much all I need to do, I think. I should put some more mascara on if I knew where it was. Here it is in my little pot. This is going to need loads and loads of mascara in it. It's probably going to need a little bit of a liquid line for me on my top lashes. Just, I don't know, maybe it doesn't. What do you think? Do you think that's enough there? I'm quite self-conscious if I haven't got my liquid liner on, but definitely going to build up a lot of mascara. I want to look really like the morning after the night before. So what's everybody doing for Christmas? Is everybody alone? Are they seeing people? I'm going to be alone over the whole period, but that's not that unusual for me. I've done that quite a few times before because of work, so not the end of the world. The only shame about it is that I can't even sort of pop to a friend's house after work, or, you know, I can't even take myself out for a drink, you know, enjoy Christmas in London, although I have been a little bit so far in December, so that's been really nice when we're in tier 2. I don't know what I would think we went from tier 2 to tier 4 within a couple of days. I know it definitely caught me out. There you go, lots more mascara. So that's my finished eye. I quite like it and quite an easy thing to do. Works with any colour. Let me know how you